And one thing I noted about Hollywood was you have to be you have to have a sensational energy, right?
Yeah, you do.
Like you gotta know the cues, as you know, to like make these cameras start flashing, right? And so this is one of my little tricks. So I went up to Reese Witherspoon and I was like, "Hey Reese," she was like, "Hey party boy, what's going on?" I said, "Listen, a good friend of mine wants to come over here and meet you, but he's a little shy. And I saw President Bill Clinton walking in the room." And she was like, "Who?" I said, "Have you ever met President Clinton?" She was like, "Bill Clinton?" I said, "Yeah, it's a good friend of mine. He wants to come over here. I just don't want to make a scene." And so she was like, "No." I said, "1 minute." I went over to President Clinton, and I knew President Clinton knew my grandfather because he was a civil rights leader who helped him become the governor of Arkansas years ago.
Right.
And I said, "Dr. John Montgomery." He turned around and said, "Who said that?" I said, "I did." He said, "Dr. John Montgomery is a good friend of mine." I said, "I know that's my grandfather. We just never met." But on another side note, one of my clients wants to come over and speak to you. She's a little shy. He said, "Who is it?" I said, "Have you ever met Reese Witherspoon?" He's like, "Well, Reese, like my wife loves Reese." Right. "Hey, Reese, come over here and meet Uncle Bill." Right? So look, so that was me, Reese, and Bill Clinton.